In the big picture, how did you develop your stance on gambling? And the second part of it is there any movement in heading in that direction? How far out are we?
In the community around sports, whether it's talking to fans in arenas, whether it's looking at the point spreads in your paper and others and hearing sports commentators constantly talking about who's favored or not, there's no doubt there's a betting culture that exists around sports. On top of that, I've done a lot of international work on behalf of the NBA. And in many of those jurisdictions, sports betting is perfectly legal. In fact, at English Premier League games, people bet at betting windows at the stadiums. And I also saw that with all that was discussed and going on around sports betting and the massive underground market that now exists, it was something we needed to address directly rather than just saying we don't think it should happen, because it is happening. Yes, ultimately states should have the decision whether they want to participate, but in order for it to be left to states, first, there needs to be a change in federal legislation, which is why I wrote that op-ed piece. Because right now you have Governor Christie in the state of New Jersey pushing forward to legalize sports betting there, but of course that was struck down as in violation of the federal law. I think in terms of what next steps, I'm not looking to actively lobby on the issue. I saw Rob Manfred's comments. I know that that's something that baseball is taking a close look at, certainly not to suggest they're in favor of it. I imagine that other leagues over time will take a look at it as well. Senator McCain, I read in the paper recently that he's announced that he potentially wants to hold hearings on sports betting in the United States. So I think it's an issue that will evolve over time, but meanwhile, I think a lot of states are going to continue to apply pressure on Washington, D.C. because they see it as a potential new form of revenue.